So, hello guys, welcome in our next video. Today we would like to show you how to repair the engine part, how to replace the armature or rotor, called rotor. This is the main part of the engine. Looks this type, and also in this case we will replace both bearings. One of them is the small one, it's down, and one special bearing, this type. Okay, so now we will open the machine. Important thing is we have to open the 4 screws at first, because the handle we don't need at the moment, and we have to separate these two parts, the pneumatic part and the engine part. Okay, so I will start. I will open the 4 screws. Okay. One. So this is a very nice chisel hammer, very famous at Hilti. Small one with a small weight. Nice, usable for tiles, for small working jobs. But we have to replace the armature because it's damaged. So now I open the handle. So this we don't need at the moment. Okay, so the next step is to separate the pneumatic part with the engine part. So for that it's necessary to open this 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So. That. The last one. Okay, be careful because it's full of oil. After then we have to clean it a little bit. Okay, carefully. Okay, not so much inside. Okay, there's not so much in, but okay, this is the pneumatic part. This we don't need at the moment. See, this is the main gear. We can check all teeth are nice looking. The bearing under the 12th gear, it's also fine. So okay, these are the 4 screws for separate the engine part with the pneumatic part. So now I will clean it and we will continue. So now we clean it a little bit. Okay, you can see here the rotor teeth are damaged. The machine is a little bit loud, and here is the special bearing. So now we take out the seal. This is also we don't need at the moment, as you can see here, the black one, the engine sealing. So now it's necessary to open the black cover with the brushes to take out the armature, the rotor. Okay, let's open it. I will turn it. Our small screwdriver. There are 2 screws, 1, 2, also necessary to open. So okay, this is the cover. The brushes cover, or the engine cover, whatever, with 2 screws. So this we don't need at the moment. Now you can see here the small bearing, and there is a safety ring, very small one. Hopefully you can see it, this one, and we have to take out, right? We have this special, or the small pliers. So let's do it. Push it in the back part. So as you can see, this is the small safety ring. You see that? The ring is sitting in the groove, so it's necessary with this pliers to take it out. So finish, and now we can press out the armature, and you have to press it from this side, okay? Because we need this cover, the bearing cover. The engine, the armature is fixed in the bearing, so only one way, from this side. Press it out. So now we fixed it in a vise. It's better for you for handling. It's fixed. I take this small pin and hit the rotor with the bearing box out. Okay, you see, and now we got it. This is the armature, which is damaged, the fan, the bearing box. So the next step will be, we have to press out the whole armature out of this bearing box. So now we will use our tube. We have to press out the armature. We will bring it in position. This is exactly the size inside of the tube, the same like the fan. So be careful. Now we will use, because it must be in a exactly line position, so you can help yourself perhaps with the bearing. Put it down. We have a bolt, and with this bolt we will press out. You see, this is nothing special. This is only a bolt, and with this bolt we will press it out. Okay, bring it in position. Be careful, exactly in the middle, and then press the armature out. Okay, very carefully, not to damage the bearing box. So fine. Now this we don't need anymore. This also not. We will take out, as you can see here. This is the bearing box with the shaft seal, and here is our damaged armature. Okay, so the next step is to take down this special bearing, because we have to take it down. We will use the old fan for the new armature. So now I will show you how to bring it down. So we will fix this armature in the vise. Okay, because we need the fan. This is the only thing why we are disassembling the bearing from the armature. Now we will use a puller, ball bearing puller, as you can see here. This is a tool how to pull down the bearing. Okay, so we will bring it in position. This is our very nice tool how to pull down the bearings. So hopefully it works. Okay. So, finished. So as you can see here, with this tool we pull down the special ball bearing. For the TE505 it's the same bearing like for TE504 or TE54 or TE505. So, and now we will take off the fan. It's important to be very carefully, only a little bit shaking, left, right. So, see, it's not damaged. We can use it because these fans are also a little bit expensive, so I think it's not necessary to buy a new one. We will use this here from the old armature. Okay, now we take our new armature, take our used fan from the damaged rotor, we fixed it together. The armature is new, so we will use our press to press it down. It's quite high. Carefully. Not too strong. We have to be carefully push the fan till the end. Well, a little bit more. It's not enough. If you push too much, you can damage the fan. Very easy. So perhaps a little bit more. So all things. Finish. You have to push it down. It's fixed. So the next step is mounting the special bearing on top of the fan. This is our new bearing. We put a little bit grease inside and we'll bring it on the new rotor. For this we also use our press. We have here again our small small tube, and we press down the special bearing. You can see it's working. Be careful. Good. This thing a little bit 2 millimeters more. Must be fixed, mounted exactly. I think it's better to take a steel plate. Now it's there. So. Oh, okay. I think it's enough. Finished. So now we mounted the special bearing. We changed the fan on the new armature. Nice looking. And we'll continue with the next step. The next step will be to bring this new set or new armature in the bearing box. The bearing box is this one, right? So this is the bearing box. There is a shaft seal inside. We will push out. We will also replace this part. It's better to use a new one. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's not so expensive. The whole bearing, special bearing, and we recommend to replace it. Okay, we push it out. Take a new one. We use a little bit grease. So push the new one in. As you can see, to push it plant with the bearing box. So, and now we will bring this armature with the bearing in the bearing box. So we also help us with our press. Sometimes it's working without press, but sometimes also not. So we'll take one more. It's too high now. Okay, so one, it's enough. Take our bolt. Press it down. Okay. And the new one, it's now sitting inside. Okay. Running. Good. So now we will replace, or we will use, the new bearing. This was the old one. It's damaged. It's not working well, so it's better to replace. We will use a new one. We will use our bolt to fix the armature, and we bring the new bearing, and we will press it down in the engine box. Okay, as you can see, it's not enough. One more time. You have to push down the bearing till the end. Okay, finish. Or an important is that we can use our safety ring. I'm looking for the groove, but I think it's not enough. We need a little bit more. One more. There's a little bit space in. Okay, I think now it's finished. We have the new bearing inside, and now I can see the groove. So and now as a last part, we have to fix the new safety ring at the end of the armature from this side, from the side of the brushes. So I will put it on top. Try use my special pliers. Pull it and push. So at the end you can use the screwdriver. You have the groove. I think we are in the groove. And now, small advice, at the end you can push the armature 1-2 millimeters back. It will stop on the ball bearing. This is important, that you will have more space on the teeth of the armature. I will do it now, but I need to press again. So if you are carefully, you can use the rubber hammer, but I prefer our press. Okay, now we push it 1-2 millimeters back, very carefully, not a big thing. So works. Finish. Yeah. Okay. So once more, what we done, we replace the armature. We used our old fan, replaced the special bearing with a shaft seal, and replace also the small bearing. Really, the bearings, to replace the bearings, it's important. And now, if you are replaced the armature, you should use also, it's necessary, it's really necessary to use new brushes, new carbon brushes. And now I will show you how to replace. Very easy thing for everybody, not a problem. So let's do it now. I have here the flat pliers. Here are some small pins. Pull it off. So take the new one, but before mounting you should grind the corners a little bit because of sparkling. I think this is a small thing, but very helpful. The corners are very sharp, I would say. and we will round it up a little bit. So it's better to use the pliers. This is the control service cable. Okay, now we need this small hook. Take the spring out, put the brush inside, and on top the spring. Small test if you are pulling. So the other side again, or take out with our pliers. Take the second brush, round up the corners. So you will minimize the sparking and burning. With the pliers it's a little bit easier. So finish. Small hook again. Spring on top again, and finish. The last thing is assembly the cover, brush cover, this black part. Be careful not to mix up. The plant, it's the front part. So push, take the two screws, fixed it, and now we are finished. So the second one, it's better to use a hand screwdriver, not a machine, because so you can feel how strong you have to put in the screws. Okay, last powerful turn. Okay, enough. So now we are finished. So, and at the end I want to show you that the armature is really working, it's not sparking. The last thing, do not forget your special seal to mounting before you will assembly the pneumatic part with the engine part. And at the end we recommend to, or you have to use new oil in the machine. And now I will show you that it's running and working with our new armature. So small test before we will assembling to be sure that really that the engine is running. So okay, the seal spring on. Very nice running, very softly, perfect. So okay, I think we are finished. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope it was helpful for you. I think it's not a big thing. Everybody can do it. Spare parts you can buy where you like, or in our store, of course, but it's up to you. Be careful, buy only quality products. Do not use how to say, spare parts for Hilti machines in a low quality. I think Hilti earns good and high quality spare parts. And of course, we would be very appreciate if you could give us some likes, and looking forward to see you in our next video. Bye bye and take care.